Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Friday, it's the 11th of November, we've got some new mods, some psychotic new mods, and we have some updates. The Case IH Vestrum series by Redcat 3D and Schnibble Modding, the Herculano CH16000RG by FV Gato, the Seeds add-on by DD Mod Passion, and the selectable bale capacity pack by GH66 Mods have all had updates. In front of me we've got the Cow Barn. This is by Bartson V3, 9.49 megabytes download. 31 slots on console will hold 10 cows and will set you back 25,000. You'll find it under build mode. It's under animals. Just there. Yeah, 25 grand. Slot count comes down to 2. It's a curious one. This will only give you milk. You can't get slurry or manure from it. There's no point anywhere around there to get it. If we open these doors here, this is where your feed goes in. This door here, you can go in and out of there if you want to. This door here is where the milk thing is, but I think there may be a problem because there's a door that opens this end, and that would be, to my mind, where you would have your dialogue box for loading and unloading of your cows, because that's the opening. However, if we come around to this end here, where the milk parlour is, the dialogue box trigger is there. The downside with it being there is you can't load or unload from a trailer because you can't access it. So I'm thinking that trigger's in the wrong place. It might be meant for this end, potentially. That's the only downside to it, really. Once installed, your cows should be lovely and happy. I didn't put a lot of stuff in there. I was just checking to see, but as you can see there, productivity and milk. There's nothing in there for straw, nothing for slurry either, so you won't get any of those things out. It's like a pasture, really, but in barn form. Does that make sense? Kind of. There you go, Cow Barn by Bartson V3. Next, we've got the Lamborghini RX.250. Did I say RX? R6.250 before everyone starts hitting the keyboard. R6.250 by Gamingflo. 12.6 megabytes download, 12 slots on console. Very nice looking tractor. You'll find it under vehicles, under medium tractors. 185 grand for the base model. We've got the option Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Friedrichstein, Continental, Mitas, Nokians, and back to Trelleborg. We have got under Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Friedrichstein, Continental, Mitas, Nokian, back to Trelleborg. Trelleborg is the only one that's got twins. The other ones, as you just saw, don't. Beacon light, standard, or an LED. Front loader protection, we can have quick, stall, or off. Warning signs, yes or no. Front loader attacher, no. Stall, quick, hour, off. Main colour, we've got a black, a grey, a light grey, and a silver, more of a gloss black. Could be a texturing file issue. And a license plate option on there too. We'll hop in, start her up. L1 right stick, up and down, opens and closes the door. On the left hand side there are no other options for doors or windows. I went for the strobe light, LED light, lighting, horn, Lambo. We've got a Lambo. Oh, blimey. The design of them and the interiors always remind me very much of the Deutz cars. It's got that same very light interior, tidy, crisp, clean, you know. Not that any other tractor cabs aren't crisp and clean, but you know what I mean. There we go. Lamborghini R6.250, not RX, by Gamingflo. Moving on from there, we've got the Thievin pack. This by Simulagri, no, Univers Simu modding. I've had a nightmare today. 52.6 megabytes download, and we've got 4 different trailers. We've got the Thievin, we've got the Gportal 140.54, the Gportal 210, what's that, 210.70, I want to say. That's the one I've got, 72, I think. Then we've got the Cobalt 240.97. We've got a bale trailer, auto load if you want it as auto load. We've got a leveler, and we've got manure spreaders, which are over there. We're going to have a look at those in just a second. As you can see, varying sizes as we go up. These ones seem to take pretty much everything. This one will do the same, but this one's got a floor, a moving floor that you can change the direction of. We've had that on, was it on the cramp trailers? We had that. So anyway, these you'll find. The first one's under trailers. So the Thievin Thievin 180.54, 51 grand. Slot counts on these are 5, 5, 5 and 9. They're all saying 1 at the moment because I've got 1 of each. So this one, we can have it white or yellow or red. We've got Michelin, Trelleborg, Nokian, BKT, Vredestein, back to Michelin. I'm not going to read them all out, but on the Michelin we got that or that. Trelleborg, Nokian, just that. BKT, just that. Vredestein, just that. Back to Michelin. We've got side markers. Our side markers are down at the front here. They come out, it's hard to see actually, but they're, where can we see them? There we go, you might be able to see. And we've got a license plate option on that. The Gportal 140.54, standard configuration, crane bodywork, so 18,800 litres or 22,600. Wheel brand, Michelin Trelleborg, BKT Vredestein, back again, and a Michelin standard wide Trelleborg, BKT Vredestein, back to Michelin. Side markers again as an option. Main colour, we can have anything on that palette. And a license plate option 2. The Thievin Gportal 210.72. We can have that 26,100 litre or 31,300 litre. Silage bodywork, 41,800. Now, even with the silage bodywork on, that still took everything. Sometimes the silage bodywork only lets you have forage crops, but still let me put other stuff in it. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT Vredestein, back again. Under Trelleborg, just that. Under Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, back to Trelleborg. Side markers, main colour, anything on that palette, and license plate option 2. Then the Cobalt 240.97. That's a 51,300 litre. No options on that other than that. Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, back again. Trelleborg, just that. Michelin, those 2. BKT, just that. Vredestein, just that, and back. Side markers, main colour. We've only got a red or a black option on this one, and a license plate. So that's the first ones. We'll have a look at the unloads just so you can see the speed and animation. They're really nicely made. I like the detail on them. This little dump trailer is pretty cool. I won't do that one, we'll skip ahead. Like I say, this one's got the silage bodywork on it, and I think we've got barley in it, so it will take other crops. We do have the option tip side back, tip side grain door. That's interesting. Oh. Obviously had something placed there before, it wouldn't unload. There we go. That's come back down. This is the one that's got the moving floor. Missed that completely. So we can open the back door. Swing around into the lights so we can see a bit better. There we go. And then if we can turn sliding floor on, quite slow. It's not even moving. That's weird. Why is it not working? Turn sliding floor off. Sliding floor backwards, so you have to change it. You would do grain door. Maybe that's what I had done wrong. There we go, now it's moving. I had it pointing the wrong direction. So it's quite slow, but you can put pallets and bales and stuff like that in there if you wanted to, and that will gradually slide and push them out the back if you want to do that. And then if I turn sliding floor off, but then I need to change it to sliding floor forward, then turn it back on again, that will then go and reset itself. As you can see, it is moving quite slowly, but we can also then open the back door. For putting stuff in if we want to load pallets and things like that on there. We got there in the end. Next, we've got this. This is the bale loading trailer. This will do 36 bales round or square. It's 5 slots. You'll find it under bale loaders. Out on the end. The Thievin Mistral PL260-118. We've got standard design. So if you want to go for either sets of bales, you can. Round bale ladders front, rear. Now, what's interesting about that, I found, if you're going to do manual loading, that works way better because the round bales will lay in that really nicely. If you've got auto loading on, it's puts them on stacks, so they're not really relevant as much. Square bale ladder, front and rear, or off. I went for off, but it's up to you. Auto loading, yes or no. Often, if you're going to load manually, but you've got auto loading on, you have to be careful because sometimes it doesn't like it. So, it's, your choice, side markers and license plate option on there. 2, if we just jump on there, I've got 36 round bales on, as you can see. I'll move forward a little bit so I'm not in the way of the other ones. Operating position, I don't want to do that because they'll bounce all over the place. You have to be careful. If you unload onto the trailer, then decide actually I want to reload them, it tends to catapult them. It never used to on FS19, but I found it does it a lot on FS22 across a range of various different auto load trailers, so just be aware of that. Unload bales, L1 and triangle, then I can do my right stick side to side, up and down. So if you want to put them up on a shelf or down on the floor, there's no rotation on these, it's just side to side, up and down, but that's quite handy that they're on the stack as well, because when you put them like that, they won't roll away. Unload bales here, job done. Reset the bale trailer, and if I go to operating position, I'll show you what I mean about the bales, just so you can see. So there we go. This doesn't have straps, this one. So if you unload onto the trailer, at the moment they're ethereal bales. If I unload and then unload here, I can just do that. They've dropped onto the trailer, but there's no straps to strap them down. So if I drove off now and went around the corner, they would go all over the place. Now if I press reset and then operating position, watch. They're not a big fan of resetting bales that are already in the trailer. You can if you kind of try and induce them falling off. They will kind of reset themselves, but it's not the prettiest thing you're ever going to see. So that's your auto load trailer. So we'll get them to go. There we go. Kind of reset itself. And when they're like this, in this form, when they don't have a mass to them, they're not going to fall off when you go around corners. It's when you unload them onto the trailer without straps, then you've got to worry if you go around a corner, they could go anywhere. Unloading is exactly the same. Whoa, that's a lot of weight behind that. Unload bales. Put them down wherever you want to. Unload bales here. Job done. Very cool. We've got the Thievin leveler for pushing stuff, whatever you want to push, or for doing silage clamp leveling if you want to. You'll find this under our levelers. There we go. 2,580. This will set you back 3 slots. It's 3 meters wide. There's no options available on it. You get it just like that. The next two we're going to have a look at, I'm going to have a look at in here first. If we go up to our manure spreaders, Now, and I say 2, we've got the Thievin R6.250. Slot count comes down to 1. Slot count starts off at 9. We can have red, black, or back again. Wheel brand, Michelin, Trelleborg, Nokian, BKT, Vredestein, back to Michelin. Under that, we've got those 2. Trelleborg, Nokian, just that. BKT, just that. Vredestein, just that. And then back again. Now, beacon lights, it says 1. There's one at the back there. Then you can go to 2. Now, for 2, I couldn't find where the second one was. I had a look around to see if it was at the front. If we go to 3, it puts one this side at the back. So I'm not sure where the second is, but that's saying 3. Side markers, yes or no. Then capacity, 210. So it's 21,000 litre or 23,000 litre is the difference between the 2. Then we've got a spreader system. We've got Harrison or we've got table. Those are the 2 options. Now, I've got one of each. The Harrison, as far as I can tell, it's weird because if we come out, that says width 12 metres, then it says width 16 or 24 metres. There aren't 3 options that I've found anyway. I've only found 2, and that's changing that back option. If we change it from Harrison, that one, that's the narrower one. And if we go to the table, it's the wider one. I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. And here they are in all their glory. So that's the Harrison back, that's the table. So what I will do, start it up. I went for both with 23,000 litres, didn't go for the 21. We need to open it up first, unfold the manure spreader. We do have the possibility, as you just saw under L1, activate double application rate if you want to get all your fertilising done in one go. If I turn it on and we go forward, now I think that's 16. It seems a bit wide to be 12. I think that's 16. Turn it off. I can close that back down if I want to. Fold that up. I'm going to attach to the other one. So that's the Harrison back. Open the back on this one. Line up on our tyre mark, so we're pretty much in the middle. And then we start spreading with that one. You'll see it goes wider. Now I would say the difference between those 2 is not the difference between 12 and 24. That's got to be 16 and 24, I think. So that's the difference between those 2 on the manure spreaders. So that's the Thievin pack by Univers Simu modding, which brings you on to the last of the mods for today. Of course, it's an 82 Studio one. So when I say the last of the mods, it's not that, oh, okay, it's nearly done. No. It says, the future of the TLX series is right here. The 2022 version sets a new standard for options, comfort, and versatility. And I have to say, I like the TLX series anyway. The TLX 3500s, and they're really, really good. These, wow. I'm likely to miss a setting. If I do, don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. I've gone for a kind of standard pickup option here. We've got one with a sort of more of a, not industrial is the word, but more of a sort of workhorse. There are some options for a workhorse one. You can have one here that has the back open. These are compatible with the TLX 3500 series crew cab backs, not the single cab backs, the crew cab backs, because this has got a crew cab. So you need the crew cab backs. It's compatible with those, so you can put those on the back of it. It works really well. And I've gone for a couple of more off-roady ones. That one's got I can't remember what tyres I went for now. That one's definitely got swampers. And I've gone for the full, oh, that seems to be trying to move. Full light system, roll bars, the whole shebang. And we've got quite a lot. What I love is when you get into these, listen, turns the alarm off. How cool is that? That's lights on the. I'll try to keep this one as standard as I could. They do have tension straps in the back. We can unfold the back. And this is the standard engine as well. And when I say standard engine, 620 horsepower. The super duper supercharged one is insane. As you can see, bottom right as well, this does 102 miles an hour in the standard form. Suspension is really good. I think the earlier ones of these before before David sort of did a little bit more modifying and stuff. The suspension used to be quite stiff on these. They're a lot more flexible now, I have to say. I mean, they have been for a while, but very, very nice indeed. So, I've lost my piece of paper. 48.03 megabytes download, 17 slots for the base version. If we go into our vehicles and we go down to cars and we scroll across. So I've got all of the TLX 3500 stuff in here, single cab, crew cab and all the rest of that. But this is the one we're looking at. 42 grand for the base model, which for a 620 horsepower pickup, good to go, out of the box, 42 grand, that's amazing. So you've got this standard version. Like I said, I'm likely to miss something. You can then go for a rear net, that's cool. Open chassis, that will work with the crew cab backs from the 3500 pack. A workhorse is a more, so those are the standard options. Then we got some that have been kind of set already. So you've got a workhorse option, which has got some settings already changed. So there's a few cab extras, interior colours, and things like that. Front bumper, things have been added already. There's also a weekend warrior with a snorkel, slightly different bumper, and a cover on the back. Then we've got the off-road version with roll bar, double snorkel, net on the back, and then back to tailgate. So we'll look at tailgate first. Under tailgate, engine setup, 620 horsepower or 1,220 horsepower. That's for the 6.2 litre V12. Love it. So those are the two options for your engine. Then wheel brand, we've got Continental, second Continental, third Continental. Then we've got Michelin, Michelin 2, Michelin 3, off-road, BKT, that was it, BKT, BKT 2, Swamp, back to the first Continental. Under the first Continental, we have got, I think this, it says wheel setup, so the wheels I think are the same on all of them, I think. So we've got standard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Standard 2, that changes the tread pattern, and then we go through the same wheel options. Then 3, back to standard. Second set of Continentals raises it up a little bit more chunky. Go for our options again, back to standard. Continental, the third set gives us dualies on the back, and then we go through the different tyre options. Standard, standard 2. That's quite cool. Then onto the Michelin, standard. We go through the design options, up to 5. Second Michelin, raises. Standard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back to standard. Third one gives us dualies in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back to standard. Then the off-roads. BKT, slightly knobblier. Then the second lot of BKTs. Then the swamps. Then back to standard. So, window tint standard, medium, dark tint. Vinyls, no. We can have a stripe down the side with TLX 2022 on the side of it. We can have the one that goes right the way around the front. We can have stripe, double stripe across the top. You can have that with the TLX 2022 on the back. Then you can have the last one gives you all of them, double stripe, stripe down the side, TLX 2022, then off again. We'll leave that on so we can see the colours. Hood, we've got standard, a little bit of room for a bit more grunt on the engine, or a nice old big scoop on the top. So then back to standard, so I'll leave it on design 2. Then we've got bumper, standard, off-road, off-road style 1, off-road style 2. Back to standard. We'll put it on that one. Cab extras, standard, left snorkel, right snorkel, both. Roof rack with left, roof rack with right, roof rack with both. We'll leave it on that. Interior colours, there's a whole load inside. It scrolls through different colours, which can mix and match with whatever colour you decide to go for on the outside. We'll leave it on a lighter one so we can see it. Then we've got fenders, thin, wide at the rear, thin main, wide at the rear, thin design, then wide at the rear. No, I'm going to put them on, doesn't really matter, but put on that. Front grille, we've got design 1, which is slatted, design 2, which is a mesh, then design 3 takes off the TLX logo and leaves it as a mesh. We'll leave it on that. Box extras, this is on the rear. To a rack, rack 2, roll bar 1, roll bar 2, tonneau cover, or off. I'm going to put it on, that. Side steps, no, yes, 1, design 2, design 3, they're more like rock sliders, those are brutes. Lighting, no, emergency light bar on the top, bumper lights, roll bar lights. You can have setting combo 1 with top and front, top and rear, or all of them, depending on whether you've got the bumper or the roll bar. You might not see some of those configurations pop up. So it's only if you've got those configured will you get those combos appear. Mirrors, standard or wide. Then we've got extras. This is for colours. So if we go to extras, and then we've got the selection of colours we get from A2 Studio. I'm going to go for a satin. So extras, in this case, has done the front bumper and the roof rack. Main colour, I just want these to stand out. Does the sides, but not the middle section. Body top is the middle section. Let's go for something. Actually, we'll go for a dark one. Let's go for that. Like a charcoal. Plastics. Does all of that. Depending on what options, again, you've gone for. Because it might be you've gone for... if you've gone for your wheel arch extensions and you've got them in the main colour, this will change with the main colour. If you do it with the design colour, it will go with the design colour. If you've got it on plastics, it's normal, it will go with the plastic. So it's going to depend. But if you get it like this, you can just match it up. For example, I've got it on that at the moment. If I think, oh no, I didn't want that, I want to put it on the same as that, I can just change the colour of it to match up with whatever I've got. So it's up to you. Then the vinyl colour, let's go for orange, for example. So all the vinyls now have changed colour as well. We've then got rim colour option. Again, anything on that palette, let's go for that. Just so you can see everything changing. And then a license plate option on there as well. So a whole ton of stuff to choose from. And in loads of different configurations, you can get a whole load of different looks. So that's what I mean. I've gone for that one, a little bit more of a workhorse with the mesh on the back. Dualies, a bit more knobbly for sort of off-road use. This one, similar sort of thing. I went for the lower scoop on that one, the slightly higher scoop on that one, but no front bumper. That one I went for the mesh front bumper, that one too, but without, sorry, the grille. And then this one I went for the back with the crew cab back. And like I say, I've just tried to give it a selection of different options. If we jump in this one and start it up. Wing mirrors open, I back up. Now, you might notice, well, you'll see in a second, the first two are the standard 620 horsepower. This one is the slightly psychotic V12, 158 miles an hour this one will go, and the acceleration is immediate. We get a bit of wheel spin, but let's... it doesn't feel like you're going that fast until you kind of pull back a little bit and you think, oh, okay, yeah, we're shifting. So as you can see, the crew cab backs work on there absolutely perfectly, no problem at all. We'll get back and we'll jump in with the other ones. Interior, very nice, neat and tidy. What is great about these as well, as with previous versions, this has got a back on it, that's why it's showing the trailer hitch, but the trailer hitches on the other ones are there, but they're just hidden until you need them. Oh, I just noticed that step going up and down onto there. Oh, that's so cool. If we put the beacons on, strobing beacons, lights on, including the front bumper lights, if you've gone for those as an option. What we have also got on all of them is L1 and right stick side to side. No, not that one. R1. L1 and R1, right stick side to side. We can raise and lower suspension. We can unfold the back so we can take the mesh off the back. So, actually I'm going to lower it back down again. Simply what we're going to do. So at the moment there's nothing in the back or showing, but if we go up to a gooseneck trailer, for example, it will appear when you need it. There you go, so the gooseneck attacher will appear, and off you go. If you need a rear trailer hitch, when you back up, it should appear. There we go. But on this one we then have the option, no, that's for the crane. Oh, maybe it was on this one. Oh no, it was on the crew cab back. I was going to say you can raise and lower the hitch, but that's because it was the crew cab back. So yeah, the hitches will appear when you need them, so if you back up to something they should appear. I don't think there's a 3-point link option. I love that net on the back. Straps, like I say, on all of them, they've got them all there. So I've got the sort of 4x4, they're all, you know, but you know what I mean, the more off-road versions. But this one, like I said, I've fully kitted out with all the lights, bumper and top, and this has also got the monster engine. If we also raise up suspension like that, just turn the beacons off for epileptic fit. I love the fact as well the mesh moves when you accelerate or brake. You've got a bit of flexor movement in that. So let's go and find something we can see the suspension a bit better. There you go. Look at that. Is that not just absolutely phenomenal? I love it. I might have to buy one of these for myself before I leave Griffin to go onto my new map, which will be coming soon. But that's just, is that not just really cool? I'm just thinking, I missed an option in there, I don't think so. Tension belts, straps, attachments. Give it some beans, plant the whoosh pedal, and off you go. So yeah, the newer iteration, TLX 2022 series, from 82 Studios. I say what's not to like, but obviously, you know, not everyone's going to like it, but there you go. And that's it for the mods for today, and I think this week, we haven't had any at the weekends for a while. That's not to say we won't get any, but who knows. I hope you found this all useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Have a lovely weekend. And thanks for watching.